Hello guys, welcome back to vishnusmartinfo, and this is your track to mentor this side, charusharma. I hope you all are doing great in your studies, in your preparations and preparing well for your exam, and hopefully you have been watching the last two lectures of mechanical properties of fluids. In lecture 1 we discussed all the basic terms, density, pressure and all. In lecture 2 we moved ahead with the concept of Pascal law and pressures. Now in the lecture 3, this is the lecture 3 of mechanical properties of fluids. So this is the lecture number 3 for mechanical properties of fluids. So let's move ahead with this lecture today. So in this lecture today we will be firstly discussing on Archimedes principle. Archimedes principle. Okay. So before starting with the Archimedes principle, I want to make some things clear on the my side. First of all, the things which is making me happy on the channel, and the second thing, I am sad on the things. Okay, so the things which is making me happy is views. Okay, views. Literally there is a good view, means I can understand that more students are approaching. More students are approaching. And very less, but okay, it makes me happy. Even one student comment and says that your session was helpful, that makes me really happy, and it makes my day, and all my efforts are paid off. So that is at least one comment, at least one feedback I am having. Okay, whether the feedback is good or bad, I doesn't mind, but at least someone is responding. So these two things are making me happy. But what is making me sad is likes are less, which means likes are less, which what should I understand? Is my content satisfying or dissatisfying? Like, this is a question mark for me. Why likes are less? Why? Because views are more. Why likes are less? Everyone can like the video, no? And if they are not liking, at least put a dislike so that we understand that did you really enjoy the content or not. The second thing, less comments again, less feedbacks, and no answers for the questions. No answers for the questions asked in the video. No answers for the questions asked in the video. Okay. So literally these two things are making me sad. So it is your turn to turn it good way. How can you turn it good way? Means you should like, share and subscribe. These three things. Also, one more thing which I will add to this is comment. Comment your feedbacks. Okay. Fine. So this is the way you can show your support. Like, share, subscribe and comment your feedbacks. Please, please. I will just, last thing I can do is request. I can't do anything more than that. It's my it's my side to request, and it's your work to do. So let's see if I find something turning out in this video, at least like people will support or not. Let's see. Okay, let's move ahead with the lecture. So we are starting with Archimedes principle in today's class. And because I'm speaking very softly, my throat has got well just few hours ago. My throat was really bad because of cough, so I'm not speaking very loudly, very softly I'm speaking. That's why probably you may find it little bit sleepy, but try to adjust. Put the the speed into at least 1.5x. Put this speed and listen the video if possible. Okay, fine. So let's start with Archimedes principle. So Archimedes principle is nothing but all about force of buoyancy. Okay, force of buoyancy. Now literally physics is a thing you should start imagining. It's not something to buttify or something like that. It's all about imagination. Suppose you were dropped in this beautiful swimming pool. So in this swimming pool you were dropped down. So at a sudden you don't sink. Like if I throw a bottle, a metal ka bottle in this pool, if I throw this metal ka bottle in this pool, if I throw this, what immediately it will go and sink in the bottom, like if it is a very heavy metal bottle like that. But if I drop you, what will happen? You will little bit drown due to gravity, but still you won't sink at one time only, na? Slowly you will go down, slowly you will come down. So you will also feel like water is pushing you up like this, right? Have you ever felt like this? Like you have gone to some park in the swimming pool and enjoyed this feeling, like you will be pushed by the water towards upside. This is nothing but your force of buoyancy. This is as simple as that, force of buoyancy. You will be just pushed by the water upside. Okay. So this is nothing but force of buoyancy, to imagine exactly. It is also called as thrust force. Thrust force. Okay. Now where does it act? So it is a force. So it is acted on whom? Acted upon what? Upon what? So it is acted upon the body which is in the pool. Body which is in water, is in liquid, I must say, because we are not yet, it is water or whatever the fluid is. So acted upon what means it's body which is in fluid, and acted by whom? Acted by whom? Who is applying the force? Who is applying the force here? Okay, who is applying the force here means it is your sorry it's acted by whom means who is applying the force here is water or your fluid, whatever the fluid it is, that is applying the force. Understood? So buoyant force is applied by the fluid and it is acting upon the body which is in the fluid. So if I diagrammatically make you imagine this concept, suppose this is your beaker full of fluid and this is your body. So my really throat is getting badder. There is no word called badder, it's worse. Okay, so this is the amount buoyant force applied by the FB which I am denoting. This is the buoyant force applied by the fluid on the body, and the same amount of force is acting downwards. Now what is this force equal to? The weight of the body, right? So your buoyant force or your thrust force is nothing but equal to weight of the body. Okay, or instead I can say it is actually the weight of water displaced, or I must say liquid. Why I am taking every time water? If I say water, assume it is that particular liquid in which the body is kept. So weight of the liquid displaced. Okay, why is it not coming? Liquid displaced. Okay, so it is equal to your thrust force. What it is? Your thrust force. Your thrust force is equals to the weight of the liquid displaced. Okay. So even I can say here little difference is there between, a little amount of difference is there, meaning of the force of buoyancy and thrust force. What is that little differences? Force of buoyancy actually occurs because of the liquid which is displaced. The reason, there is only the difference with the reason. What is the difference with the reason is, it is because of liquid displaced. So whatever amount of liquid is coming out, okay, so uske wajah se, like suppose this ये एक बॉडी है, वो इस लिक्विड के अंदर अंदर जा रहा है, तो कुछ अमाउंट ऑफ फोर्स के वजह से ये बॉडी ऊपर की तरफ रहता है, राइट, इट विल नॉट डायरेक्टली सिंक. सो वो फोर्स ऊपर लगाने के लिए सम अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर शुड गो आउट, राइट, अंडरस्टूड. तो ये जो वेट ऑफ द वाटर है, जो पानी वो पर्टिकुलर कंटेनर के बाहर निकलता है, सो दैट दिस बॉडी will be pushed downwards. That weight of liquid displaced is nothing but your force of buoyancy. Okay, that weight is equals to the force of buoyancy here. And coming to the thrust forces, thrust force means it is directly by the term acting on the body. हालांकि दोनों का वैल्यू सेम है, फोर्स ऑफ बायोन्सी इज इक्वल्स टू थ्रस्ट फोर्स. ओके, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट डिफरेंट, आई एम सेइंग दैट डिफरेंट इन द terms of saying by what reason they were applied. मतलब both are equal and happening at the same time, either force of buoyancy you can say or either thrust force you can say, but using the term force of buoyancy is because of the liquid displaced and thrust force is because of the again it is also because of the liquid displaced only, but we will say that thrust force is acting on the body, force of buoyancy is because of the liquid displaced. So that is the sentence you need to make out. I hope you understood from here. Okay, so if I say force of buoyancy means it is because of the liquid displaced, and thrust force if I say it is because it acts on the body. Both are same, both means the same, and it's not like and in one particular case force of buoyancy is acting and thrust force is not acting. It's not like that. Force of buoyancy is nothing but thrust force. Okay, why we have these two different terms for the same thing is I am explaining you that by the reason that because of the liquid displaced we say force of buoyancy, and if it is acting on the body, so that's why we are saying it is acts on the body, that's why we are saying it as thrust force. I hope this is clear. So FB I am denoting here buoyant force or thrust force, anything I am denoting with FB, that is nothing but equal to weight of the liquid because force तो calculate कर रहे हो तुम यहाँ पे किस form में, you are calculating in the form of weight, right, you are calculating in the form of weight. So this force you are calculating in the form of weight, so किसका weight, whose weight it is, so it is the weight of the liquid displaced. So buoyant force की value निकालिए तो is nothing but the weight of the liquid displaced. I hope you understood it very well. Okay, so see how you will find the weight of the liquid displaced and everything. First of all, and one more thing I said you, see, the body will sink or either it will float or whatever the body will do, it is decided on basically these two force acting on the body here, that is buoyant force or thrust force and weight. These two force will play important role. Suppose अगर weight ज़्यादा है तो obviously body will come down and sink. If buoyant force is more, weight is less, मतलब body will float. If both are equal, body will be like on the surface. Okay, so we will see that further. Okay, so how to calculate buoyant force? So I said you FB is nothing but weight of liquid displaced. It is weight of liquid displaced means first of all कितना पानी बाहर आएगा, तो you suppose अगर if I am explaining this part in Hindi because I want you to feel that thing. सपोज ये पूरा पानी है, सपोज दिस इज फुल वाटर. ओके, ये समझ लेते हैं यहाँ पे ये लिक्विड हमारा वाटर ही है, ठीक है. सो अभी ये बॉल इसके अंदर ऐसे जा रहा है नीचे की तरफ, तो कितना पानी बाहर आएगा, जितना ये बॉल ने वॉल्यूम ऑक्यूपाई करा खाली उतना ही पानी तो बाहर आएगा. सपोज तुम्हारे घर में यू टेक अ मग जो तुम यूज करते हो, ए मग ले लो और उसके अंदर पानी भर के कुछ भी स्टोन का पीस या जो भी छोटा सा स्टोन हैवी पीस डालो, तो तुम नोटिस करोगे जब तुमने उसको हल्लू से पानी के अंदर छोड़ा कितना पानी बाहर आएगा. दैट इज इक्वल टू जस्ट नथिंग बट द वेट ऑफ द स्टोन. मतलब जितना पानी बाहर आता है, मतलब जितना वो बॉल ने या वो पर्टिकुलर बॉडी ने वो पानी के अंदर वॉल्यूम एक्वायर किया है, उतना ही पानी बाहर आएगा टू मेक द स्पेस फॉर दैट बॉल. बिकॉज अभी ये बॉल आया है, इसने यहाँ पे इतना स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई किया है, इसने यहाँ पे इतना स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई किया है, तो उसको स्पेस देने के लिए कौन देगा उसको स्पेस, हु विल गिव दैट स्पेस फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर बॉडी. तो उतना अमाउंट ऑफ लिक्विड विल कम आउट ऑफ द बीकर. ओके, सो यू शुड से, सो तुम यू कैनॉट हैव समथिंग मेजरिंग ओवर हियर कि कितना वॉल्यूम बाहर आए. इंस्टेड ऑफ मेजरिंग द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द लिक्विड we will directly measure the volume of the body which we are taking. So we write it as volume inside. कितना हमारा बॉडी का वॉल्यूम इनसाइड द लिक्विड है, नॉट द वॉल्यूम विच इज आउटसाइड द लिक्विड. सपोज अगर ये कंटेनर में हमारा पानी यहाँ तक भरा हुआ था और हमारा बॉल यहाँ पे होता, ओके, तो ये कंटेनर के अंदर हमारा कितना बॉल का पोर्शन डिप्ड है, खाली इतना येलो पार्ट ही डिप्ड है ना, बाकी तो पूरा बॉल बाहर ही है ना. तो वी शुड टेक हियर वॉल्यूम ऑफ दिस येलो पार्ट ओनली. दिस इज नोन एज वी इन. आई होप नाउ यू अंडरस्टूड. मतलब कितना अंदर पोर्शन है पानी के, दैट इज ओनली द वी इन. ओके, वॉल्यूम ऑफ द इनसाइड. नेक्स्ट, इन मल्टीप्लाइड विद द डेंसिटी ऑफ द लिक्विड ऑब्वियसली. ठीक है, फोर्स कैसे फाइंड करते हैं, भूल गए क्या? फोर्स इज नथिंग बट वेट. वेट इज इक्वल्स टू मास इनटू ग्रेविटी. सो मास तुम्हें पता है कि वॉल्यूम इनटू डेंसिटी होता है. तो वॉल्यूम क्या लेना है, वॉल्यूम जो हमारे बॉडी का वॉल्यूम पानी के अंदर है उतना लेना है. और डेंसिटी क्या लेनी है, किसकी लेनी है? ऑब्वियसली फ्लूइड की लेनी है, क्योंकि हम वॉल्यूम फ्लूइड का ले रहे हैं, इनटू जी. सो बायोइंट फोर्स कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड. ये हमारा बायोइंट फोर्स हो गया, राइट, ये हमारा बायोइंट फोर्स हो गया. अब वेट की बात करते हैं. वेट क्या होगा, बॉडी का जो वेट है वो तुम्हें पता ही होगा, मास इनटू ग्रेविटी. मास ऑफ द बॉडी, तो मास ऑफ द बॉडी मतलब फुल वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉडी इनटू डेंसिटी ऑफ द बॉडी इनटू जी. तो एल में यूज कर रही हूँ लिक्विड के लिए, बी में यूज कर रही हूँ बॉडी के लिए. तो ये हमारे दो फोर्स हमने कैलकुलेट कर लिए. मैंने बताया था ना कौन से दो फोर्स है. फर्स्ट फोर्स तो ये वाला हो गया एफ बी एंड सेकेंड फोर्स ये वाला हो गया. तो हमने दोनों फोर्स कैलकुलेट कर लिए. नाउ अभी बॉडी सिंक होगा, फ्लोट होगा, दैट ऑल डिपेंड्स अपॉन कौन सा फोर्स की वैल्यू ज्यादा है. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन मोर थिंग आई वांट टू मेक इट हियर क्लियर इज, if someone is coming and asking you in the same application कि what is the effective force या effective weight, so that is nothing but which value is more. Suppose if it's like FB difference weight, if suppose weight was more, you should do weight difference FB. Okay, I hope you got it. So if effective कोई पूछा तो कौन सी वैल्यू, बड़ी वैल्यू माइनस स्मॉल वैल्यू, यू विल गेट द इफेक्टिव थिंग. एंड इफेक्टिव थिंग अगर पॉजिटिव आ रही है, कीपिंग योर डायरेक्शंस अपवर्ड एज पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव डाउनवर्ड्स, तो अब पॉजिटिव आ रही है मतलब बॉडी फ्लोट हो रही है, नेगेटिव आ रही है मतलब बॉडी सिंक हो रही है. कीपिंग योर डायरेक्शंस, ओके, इट फाइंड्स योर डायरेक्शन, तुमने स्टार्टिंग क्या डायरेक्शन से की है, ठीक है, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन दैट ऑल्सो. ओके, दिस मोस्टली दिस इफेक्टिव वाला थिंग इज नॉट आस्क्ड as much as compared to body sinks. And now the main concept where people will get confused so much, so much people used to get confused. See, either the body sink, two cases only I will tell you, either the body will sink or either the body will float. Now I said you there are only two forces. This concept, though I have seen so many people getting buttified with this concept. They literally buttify. They hold their book and ये ऐसा हुआ तो ऐसा, and they buttify. There is nothing to buttify. Simple concept कि दो ही force है. एक तो buoyant force है. Buoyant force किसे कहते हैं? I said you it's nothing but equal to weight of the liquid displaced. तुम्हारा कितना पानी बाहर आया है, वो पानी का जो weight है वही तुम्हारा buoyant force है. Second force which is playing here role is your weight of the body. ठीक है, दो ही फोर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है, तो अभी ये दो फोर्स को यूज करके आपको बताना है कि अगर बॉडी सिंक हो रही है, फ्लोट. कॉमन सेंस ना कि बायोइंट फोर्स का मैंने बोला डायरेक्शन अपवर्ड्स है, वेट का डायरेक्शन डाउनवर्ड्स है. अगर तुम वैल्यू पे कैलकुलेट करते हो और अगर तुम्हें एफबी की वैल्यू ज्यादा आ रही है, ऑब्वियसली अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में ज्यादा फोर्स है, तो ऑब्वियसली तुम्हारा बॉडी क्या करेगा, ऊपर जाएगा. एंड अगर डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन में फोर्स ज्यादा है, ऑब्वियसली किधर आएगा, बॉडी नीचे आएगा. नीचे आएगा मतलब सिंकिंग, अपवर्ड गोइंग मीन्स फ्लोटिंग. That simple concept it is. So either the body can sink or either the body will float. Either the body will sink or either the body will float. So let's start with sinking first. Okay, because in sinking you will have only one case. In floating, so you will have two cases, floating completely or floating partially. Okay. So if the body is sinking, so first of all, the net thing here is your effective force is not equal to 0. What I said you, effective force is nothing but difference of weight minus FB. This is not equal to 0. Why effective force is not equal to 0? Because body sinking means net force किधर है, net force नीचे की तरफ है ना. net force तुम्हें एक डायरेक्शन मिल रहा है नीचे, you are not getting answer to be 0. net force is acting downwards, means weight is more than FB, right. So this is the first concept. तो sinking होगा तो net effective force 0 नहीं है, और क्या होगा उसका वैल्यू, दैट इज नथिंग बट वेट माइनस एफ पी. कमिंग टू द सेकेंड थिंग, यहाँ पे जो एफ बी हम कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं, एफ बी इज इक्वल्स टू वॉल्यूम इनसाइड इंटू डेंसिटी ऑफ द लिक्विड इंटू जी. लेकिन वॉल्यूम इनसाइड सिंकिंग मीन्स कंप्लीटली बॉडी इज गोइंग इनसाइड द फ्लूइड, सो वॉल्यूम इनसाइड इज नथिंग बट वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉडी, राइट. वॉल्यूम इनसाइड sorry, excuse me, volume inside nothing but volume of the body, right. So here you should say volume of the body into density of the liquid into g. That is the difference in sinking case. So अभी तुम्हें volume of the body into density into liquid into g तुम्हें FB force मिल गया. Next, one more important concept here is, see, body is going down. Body is going down means weight is greater than buoyant force. Simple, easy concept. If weight is greater than the buoyant force, how do you write weight? Mass of the body into g. And how do you write FB? Mass of the liquid displaced into g. Next, mass of the body means volume of the body into density of the body, right? Easy, no? Volume of the body into density of the body into g, which is greater than mass of the liquid. बोले तो क्या है? Volume of the body which is inside the liquid, right. Why we will take it like that? Instead of calculating the volume of liquid displaced, we will calculate the volume occupied by our body inside the liquid. So volume in we write instead, but I said you it's sinking means volume in is nothing but equal to volume of body, so again it comes V only as volume of body only. Again, density of liquid into G, that is mass of liquid, volume of the body inside the liquid into density of the liquid into G. So V will get cancelled, G will get cancelled. So finally you will get the density of body is greater than liquid. Obviously common sense ना, अगर कोई body ज़्यादा denser होगी तो obviously वो sink करेगी. अगर उसका weight is heavy, you know, its density is heavier than your fluid density, obviously it will sink. Now for example, your iron nail, if you take one iron steel ka nail, if you take iron steel and you put it into water, will it float or it will sink? It will sink. Of common sense na. Why it will sink? Because obviously it was more denser and it was having more mass, more more heaviness than as compared to water. उतना पार्ट का वाटर, ओके, उतना वॉल्यूम का वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर एंड उतना वॉल्यूम का आयरन इफ यू टेक, ऑब्वियसली आयरन विल बी having more density, that's why it will sink. So it's all come from your daily life observations. Okay, next coming to the float. In float you have two cases, I said you. One is floats completely. ऐसे होता है ना कि तैरो तो पूरा तैरो या आधा लटको नको तैरो, like that they will say, no, पानी में तैरो तो. So it's like that two concepts, completely or partially. So let's talk about the first case, which is completely. This is the first case and this is the second case. So for the first case which we are talking on, where the body will completely float, here the case is net effective force becomes zero. Completely float means what? If sorry, I am really sorry. I'm really sorry. Suppose if this is your beaker and this is your surface. If this is your surface, the body is completely floating means it is on the surface. So whatever is your buoyant force acting, the same amount of weight is acting. So FB is equals to weight. Your buoyant force is equals to weight, and F effective is calculated how? FB difference weight. So both are equal means answer will come as 0. So this is your first case where it is completely floating. Okay, so if it is coming to be 0, you can say FB difference weight is 0. So FB is equals to weight. So what is again FB? Density of the liquid multiply with the volume of body which is inside the liquid, okay, into G. तो कितना part liquid के अंदर है? Which part I will show you with this red color. See, this much part is only inside the liquid, right? This part is outside. So only red color का part you should take here. So volume inside the liquid into G equal to weight क्या होगा? Density of the body, full volume of the body into G. तो G cancel. DLV in is equals to DBV, volume of the body, right? But body is completely floating. See, for body completely floating means it is here by diagrammatically you can see it's just on the surface. Okay, it's just on the surface means what? Here you should consider V inside volume is equals to whatever the volume of the water is displaced. You know, because it's just below that surface. Suppose ये तुम्हारा है, it's just floating. तो कितना volume inside है? जितना volume, it's very less amount of volume which is outside the surface. You know, it's all whole body will be inside only. So here also you will consider V in to be equal as V only. So dl, density of the liquid, must be density of the B. Exactly floating which we say. Exactly floating means दोनों की density same हो गई. So where two cases you will consider that volume inside is equals to V means in the case of sinking and in the case of completely floating. But in the case of partially floating, density will have difference. So where the volumes will have difference. Okay, density to all the three cases they have the difference. Next, coming to the second case of which is partially floating. Partially floating. I hope you are able to connect with me. Okay, please do message in chat box right now. Put one thumbs up right now, please. Okay, so partially floating. Partially floating, again the same concept. Net effective force to 0 yoga because FB will be equal to 0. FB will be equal to weight. Okay, so again 0 is equals to density of the body. Okay, both are equal, no? So both are equal means what is FB? Density of the liquid into volume inside into G equal to density of the body into volume outside into G. Here V in is not equal to V. Okay, this is the important point here. In partially floating case, okay, I'm repeating it so many times. Okay, if I have some highlighter. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah, nope. I am very bad at using technology. Okay, is this doing great? Whatever it is, in partially floating case, V in is not equal to V. Okay, and let me change the color blue. In completely floating case, V in is equals to V. This is the two concept you should remember. Okay, I will post the notes, don't worry. So just be write as a rough on your paper. Don't worry, I will post my neat beautiful notes made by me. Okay, which is made by me during my preparation. So dl V in into G is equals to dB into V into G. Okay, so GG will get cancelled. dl V inside versus dl, density of the liquid. V in is the volume of the body which is inside the liquid, which is equals to the volume of the water which is displaced. dB into V. So here you will get volume inside, whatever the volume inside is, equals to density of the body divided by density into liquid into the volume of the body. Now here, from this ratio, what you can conclude? Tell me. What you can conclude, that volume inside is greater than volume V? Can you conclude this or not? Yes, you can conclude this. Next, one more thing what you can conclude here is density of, as volume inside is more. As volume inside is more. Okay, it depends upon the fraction you get now. We can't say directly. Okay, fine. Let it be like this only. And one more conclusion here is density of the body is less than density of the liquid. Why I will say this, you know, this to comes directly from the observations that the body is floating. अगर कोई चीज़ फ्लोट हो रही है, वो कब फ्लोट होगी? जब उसकी डेंसिटी कम होगी वो लिक्विड से. अगर सपोज एक पानी में एक बॉडी है जो पानी के ऊपर फ्लोट हो रही है, तो हम क्या बोलेंगे कि वो पानी से ज़्यादा डेंसर है या लेस डेंसर है? ऑब्वियसली अगर वो पानी के ऊपर तैर रही है तो हम बोलेंगे ना कि वो पानी से लेस डेंसर है. हम ये तो नहीं बोलेंगे पानी से ज़्यादा डेंसर है. अगर वो पानी से ज़्यादा डेंसर होती तो इट मस्ट हैव गॉट सिंक, बट वो सिंक नहीं हुई. इसका मतलब क्या है कि वो पानी से less denser hai. Okay, so this is the thing. Next, one more thing, they might ask you in the question fraction, in terms of fraction. The first question, so I am putting this as question for today because I have not asked anything yet. So question for today is fraction So it is from this last concept which I taught you, partially floating wala, fraction of volume inside the liquid. Fraction of volume inside the liquid. Okay, I want the answer in terms of density. So fraction of volume inside the liquid means how much V in by V, how much it is equal to. Very simple answer. Already मैंने यहाँ पे पता है answer लिख भी दिया. Very easy. I have shown you the answer also. Just some इधर उधर you have to do and you'll get the answer. Next question number 2. Fraction of volume outside. This is little bit tricky. Hope let's see who have more IQ. Let's test it out. So fraction of volume outside the liquid. कैसे फाइंड करोगे? अगर fraction of volume outside the liquid, suppose जैसे small classes में बोलते थे ना, if you have 100 chocolates, 60 you gave it to your sister, then how much is remain to you, means what you used to do, 100 whole minus whatever you gave, you used to subtract. So here you know that how much fraction is fraction of volume inside the liquid you got from the first question answer. So fraction of out कितना होगा कि in total कितना था minus inside कितना, तो that you will get as outside का volume. Easy, right? So you should nothing but do 1 minus volume inside. Why I am doing 1 minus means highest value 1 by 1 ही आएगी ना, total value. If I am doing 100 by 100 it will come 1 by 1 only, no? So that's why. So how much? Oh, sorry. So how much is your volume outside the liquid means 1 minus fraction inside. 1 minus whatever the fraction ka value you get inside is the fraction of volume outside the liquid. So this is the question. I have given you the hint also. This is the hint I have given you. So I want the answers you to comment in the question box. Okay. Now one more thing I want to discuss in this thing only is apparent weight. Apparent weight. Okay, so what is this apparent weight thing? Is nothing but weight of the liquid. Whatever जो वो liquid displace नहीं होता है, वही हम consider करते हैं apparent weight की तरह. So हम क्या बोलते हैं? So this is mostly in the terms of sinking. जब वो sinking होता है ना, तब हम ये वाला concept लगाते हैं. Oh my god, what is it? तो हम क्या करते हैं? So हम first of all find thrust करते हैं ना, F thrust, net FB. F thrust force जब हम सिंक कर रहे होते हैं तो नेट फोर्स क्या होता है, वेट इन एयर, कितना वेट हुआ होगा इन एयर, माइनस की कितना वेट ऑफ द लिक्विड, ऐसे ही फाइंड करते हैं, राइट? दिस इज वन मोर वे टू एक्चुअली फाइंड द थ्रस्ट फोर्स, कि कितना वेट इन द एयर माइनस कितना पानी डिस्प्लेस हुआ. समझे कि नहीं समझे? सपोज कितना तुम्हारा वेट में वो बॉल का था और पानी में तुमने डाला, तो पानी में डालने के बाद कितना लिक्विड जो है वो डिस्प्लेस हुआ, तो तुम्हारा बायोएंट फोर्स तुम्हें पता चल जाए ना कि कितना ऊपर एक्टिंग हो रहा है. फॉर एग्जांपल कि अगर ये तुम्हारा बीकर है, इसमें तुमने ये बॉल डाला, तो इसका वेट सपोज W है और सपोज स्मॉल W अमाउंट ऑफ पानी बाहर निकला, सपोज X अमाउंट ऑफ पानी बाहर निकला और इसका वेट W है, तो तुम्हारा नेट थ्रस्ट फोर्स क्या है, W माइनस एक्स ही तो होगा, right? Easy. Net I am telling. Okay. F air minus F of W of liquid. Okay. W of liquid. तो ये जो W of liquid है ना, इसी को हम बोलते हैं as apparent weight. या ऐसे नहीं, just it's little bit confusing. Let me rewind this once again back. I want to make it as simply as easy as possible. You should not get confused. See, weight apparent ना, very easy. अभी मैंने तुम लोग को effective weight बोला था, याद है effective weight क्या बोला था? Buoyant force difference, ये this effective weight ही तुम्हारा apparent है, ठीक है? Take it like this. This is only apparent. Very easy now, clear? But हम जब formula लिखते हैं ना, तो we write in the terms of FB. कैसे लिखते हैं कि FB is equals to weight in air minus apparent. Effective, apparent बोलो, effective बोलो, weight in air. This is the formula we actually write. Okay, and minus plus इधर उधर होता रहता है, because depends upon कौन सा ज़्यादा है. Okay, so from this what you can say that apparent or effective weight. So I will write here apparent. So you will get used to writing effective weight as apparent. So weight apparent is equals to weight in air minus FB, which we did from starting previously. So I said you this is in the terms of sinking. That's why weight is more than buoyant force. If weight is more means it will come downwards na. I said you first only that apparent weight कब लगाते हैं जब body sink होती है. That's why I said you this thing first only. So weight in air means mg minus buoyant force क्या हुआ mg into dl by lb. डेंसिटी ऑफ लिक्विड डिवाइडेड बाय डेंसिटी ऑफ बॉडी. ये कैसे आया अभी मुझे? आई विल शो यू हाउ टू डिराइव दिस. सी बायोन फोर्स क्या होता है? वॉल्यूम इनसाइड एंड इट्स सिंकिंग मीन्स इट्स होल वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉडी इनटू डेंसिटी ऑफ द लिक्विड इनटू जी. इज इट क्लियर? तो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल ऊपर भी डीवी से मल्टीप्लाई किया, नीचे भी डीवी से डिवाइड किया. ओके, तो व्हाट आई विल गेट हियर दैट वॉल्यूम इनटू दिस डीवी. ये क्या होता है? मास ऑफ बॉडी तो हुआ इनटू जी डीएल बाई डी भी हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? इजी इजी पीजी लेमन स्क्वीजी. आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड. देखो व्हाट आई डिड, बायोन फोर्स कैसे निकालते हैं? वॉल्यूम इनसाइड इनटू डेंसिटी ऑफ द लिक्विड इनटू जी, राइट. तो वॉल्यूम इनसाइड, अभी ये सिंकिंग है ना, अपेरेंट वेट मतलब क्या है? सिंक, जब बॉडी सिंक होता है तभी कैलकुलेट करते हैं. बॉडी सिंक हो रहा है, बॉडी इज सिंकिंग मीन्स जितना उसका वॉल्यूम इनसाइड होगा दैट इज इक्वल टू द टोटल वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉडी. टोटल वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉडी कैसे बताते हैं? कैपिटल वी से बताते. सो कैपिटल वी इंटू डी एल इंटू जी. तो मैंने क्या किया? जस्ट मल्टीप्लाइड एंड डिवाइडेड बाई डी वी एंड डी वी. तो इफ आई टेक वी एंड डी वी टुगेदर इट जस्ट नथिंग बट मास ऑफ द बॉडी. Volume into density is mass of the body into G into dl by dB. Is it clear? So इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे ये वाला एज एफ बी लिख दिया. ठीक है, ये पता चल गया कैसे मैंने एफ बी डिराइव किया. सो यहाँ से मैं क्या अपेरेंट वेट को ऐसे लिख सकती हूँ कि अपेरेंट वेट इज इक्वल्स टू एम जी कॉमन 1 माइनस डी एल बाई डी बी. So it's that easy to derive. Nothing is apparent weight. What is apparent weight is nothing but your F effective. वो होगा weight minus FB. Now whatever terms you are, they ask in the terms of volume, they ask in the terms of mass, they ask in the terms of density. You are ready with the formula. Main concept was this one. What was the main highlight of the concept? कि apparent weight कब होता है? Apparent किसको बोलते हैं? Apparent nothing but your effective वाला. Your effective वाला क्या है कि it is related apparent thing you come when it is the body is sinking. Body is sinking means weight minus FP. ये concept लगा लो, nothing to remember. All this is derivation. Okay, this all thing is derivation. Right, I will show you once again so that you can, if you want it, you can note it down. Or should I zoom in? Okay, I'm just able to zoom this much only. So apparent weight is equals to nothing but sinking. So W effective weight. Effective is nothing but your apparent weight, which is weight difference FB. Then how do you write in terms of FB? I told you. Then apparent weight is equals to weight in air minus FB. Then weight in air is nothing but mg, and FB you write in this term. How do you wrote in this term? I explained you here that FB is nothing but volume of the body which is inside the liquid into density of the liquid into G. Okay, this much was FB. Then you know that volume inside is nothing but equal to the volume of the whole body. Why? Because the body is sinking. So we wrote it as capital V only. Then again we multiply and divide by dB and dB. So V and dB together becomes mass of the body, volume into density. G comes like that, and dl by dB. I hope it's very clear now. So apparent weight okay, yeah. So ये FB हमको इस टर्म में आ गया. ये हमने क्या करा, हमने ये वाला लेके यहाँ पे सब्सटीट्यूट करा. हमने ये वाली चीज़ लेके यहाँ पे सब्सटीट्यूट करा. In terms of this FB, we substituted this thing. So we got this equation. So when we took mg out common, it became 1 minus dl by dB. So very from small I have explained you. Okay, and we are really trying. Everyone on this channel is really working hard for all your benefits. Okay, so we have successfully completed the first half of the chapter by this lecture. So all the Archimedes principle, float sinking, the best concept or tricky one is this float sinking and thing. So I wanted to dedicate one complete video for this. Okay, and so the next coming video next coming lecture will be on the fluid dynamics. So till now we were talking all about the fluid was still. the fluid was not moving actually. It was still in that beaker, it was stored, and we were learning the things. Now next lecture we will be excitingly learning about fluid dynamics and Bernoulli's theorem, when the fluid is actually moving, in the moving condition, dynamic, something is moving. So we will start with fluid dynamics, and I hopefully like ye still wale part ko 2-3 lectures lag gaye na, so for that thing I guess 3 more lectures are sufficient, and then we will be closing this chapter. I guess today is 23, so we will be, so I'm shooting this 23, means the video will be coming on 24th, so probably by 27th I guess we'll be closing up this chapter, and from 27th I will probably be on a leave, and the next video will be coming I guess on 4th December, I guess, with the new lesson, everything. Okay, but there will be some videos by me on the channel, so stay tuned, don't worry anything, and do comment. I want your feedbacks. Your feedbacks are like food for me. When you comment only I get some motivation to, at least one comment if it is there, no, at least one comment from your side as your support, I am ready to make next 10 videos. Okay, at least please, I just request you to comment your feedback and your answers. Okay, thank you very much. Please do like, don't forget to like. It's not costing you anything, it's just free of cost, and we are working so hard here, literally we are working so hard here. So please pay your attention and do like the video, don't leave it just like that. Thank you very much, thank you for watching, and have a good day. Bye.